night. Our coverage from Philadelphia with Eyewitness News anchors Sade Badenoir and Mike Marza live at the debate hall. Guys?
Well, Bill, what a night. Right out of the gate, the first time the two have ever met. Vice President Harris makes the first move, appearing determined to shake the former president's hand, walking over to his podium to greet him. 90 minutes that at times turned into a heated conversation.
And what a conversation it was. Former President Trump stern-faced throughout and only really looked toward Vice President Harris a few times the entire 90 minutes. Harris and Trump clashing on a wide range of issues, from abortion to immigration and their vision for the future of this nation. A high-stakes job interview that is likely the final face-off before Election Day.
Their first time meeting, the country was watching.
Starting off with a handshake, getting right down to business.
And I pledge to you, when Congress passes a bill to put back in place the protections of Roe v. Wade, as President of the United States, I will proudly sign it into law.
I'm not signing a ban, and there's no reason to sign a ban, because we've gotten what everybody wanted. Democrats, Republicans, and everybody else, and every legal scholar wanted it to be brought back into the states.
Former President Trump going after the vice president's record on the border.
She was the border czar, remember that. She was the border czar. She doesn't want to be called the border czar because she's embarrassed by the border.
The United States Congress, including some of the most conservative members of the United States Senate, came up with a border security bill, which I supported. And that bill would have put 1,500 more border agents on the border to help those folks who are working there right now overtime, trying to do their job.
The vice president saying another 4 years of Trump wouldn't be good for America.
My plan is to give a $50,000 tax deduction to start-up small businesses, knowing they are part of the backbone of America's economy. My opponent, on the other hand, his plan is to do what he has done before, which is to provide a tax cut for billionaires and big corporations, which will result in $5 trillion to America's deficit. My opponent has a plan that I call the Trump's sales tax.
First of all, I have no sales tax. That's an incorrect statement. She knows that. We're doing tariffs on other countries. Other countries are going to finally, after 75 years, pay us back for all that we've done for the world. And the tariff will be substantial in some cases. I took in billions and billions of dollars, as you know, from China. In fact, they never took the tariff off because there was so much money they can't.
During the conversation on immigration came one of the more extraordinary moments of the debate. Mr. Trump pushed baseless claims that immigrants in Ohio are eating dogs and other pets.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame.
Trump saying Americans are worse off than he was in office and wants to change that.
They had the highest inflation perhaps in the history of our country, because I've never seen a worse period of time. People can't go out and buy cereal or bacon or eggs or anything else.
Both had very different plans when it comes to fixing the crisis in the Mideast.
We must chart a course for a two-state solution. And in that solution, there must be security for the Israeli people and Israel, and in equal measure for the Palestinians.
If she's president, I believe that Israel will not exist within 2 years from now. And I've been pretty good at predictions, and I hope I'm wrong about that one. She hates Israel.
Well, the debate has ended, but the reaction is just beginning. Now it is up for the voters to decide. Both campaigns racing to claim victory.
It is how it is framed, right? In that spin room, a lot of action happening there right now. And Eyewitness News anchor Tanya Rivero is about a half a mile from us here at the National Constitution Center with what the surrogates are already saying post-debate. Tanya.
That's right, Mike and Sade. As soon as the debate ends, that's when this room lives up to its name and the spin begins. Surrogates from both candidates working the room, trying to make the case that their candidate won the debate, or at least scored the votes he or she needed to convince those crucial undecided voters. Tonight, both vice presidential candidates making the case.
I'm feeling great because what I knew, and I think so many knew, and now many Americans know, is you saw a president for all America in Kamala Harris. You saw the confidence, you saw the vision, you saw the poise, and you saw the compassion.
You had Kamala Harris effectively echoing platitude after platitude after platitude. The American people can't pay their grocery bills on platitudes. They can't put their kids in a house on platitudes. And Kamala Harris had a lot to say, but very little actual substance behind it.
The spin room here, where press outlets from all over the world are gathered, was buzzing up until the moment the debate began, with surrogates working the room for both Donald Trump and for Kamala Harris. Again, the surrogates were listening very carefully, working the room, watching closely to hear whether the candidates were able to clearly articulate their views on controversial issues, including the economy, reproductive rights, immigration, the Mideast, healthcare, even guns. Again, those surrogates for both Vice President Harris and former President Trump continue to work the room right now. We expect to speak with many of them this evening. And all of those interviews that we get tonight, you'll be able to watch tomorrow morning on Eyewitness News bright and early. So be sure to stay with us for continuing coverage. Mike and Sade, right now I'm going to send it back over to you at the National Constitution Center.
Yeah, it's going to be a long night there. No doubt about that.
And you're going to be there bright and early tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be here all night, basically. Tanya knows that all too well. Well, thank you, Tanya. So now the question is, what is the future saying? What are college students thinking about watching this debate tonight?
And in just a few minutes, we're going to go live to Hofstra University on Long Island, where students watch tonight's debate. And for now, we're going to send it back to you, Bill.